Welcome to World Rare Coins Vault, where we explore some of the most fascinating and collectible coins from British history. In today's Top 2 Rare Coins feature, we take a closer look at two classic halfpenny coins, the 1940 halfpenny in old condition and the 1957 halfpenny in old condition. Although these vintage coins show the effects of age and circulation, they remain treasured by collectors for their historical significance, iconic designs, and enduring charm. Join us as we uncover the stories behind these remarkable halfpenny coins and discover why they continue to captivate numismatic enthusiasts around the world. The next one is 1957 British halfpenny in old condition. Although this coin has spent many decades in circulation and displays the signs of age in everyday use, it remains an important piece of Britain's pre-decimal coinage. If you have discovered a 1957 halfpenny in a family collection, an old purse, or a forgotten coin box, you may be wondering whether it has become a valuable collector's item. Join us as we explore its history, beautiful design, official specifications, collector appeal, and its genuine place in today's numismatic market. The 1957 halfpenny was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, only a few years after her accession to the throne. Britain was entering a new era of economic growth and social change, and a halfpenny continued to play an important role in everyday transactions. It was one of the smallest denominations in circulation and was widely used for ordinary purchases throughout the country. Millions of examples were struck to meet public demand, making the 1957 issue a familiar sight in shops, markets, and businesses across the United Kingdom. Although it is not one of the rarest dates in the halfpenny series, it remains popular because it represents the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's historic reign and forms an essential part of any complete British pre-decimal collection. The obverse, or head side, features a youthful right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the celebrated sculptor Mary Gillick. The Queen is shown without a crown, while the surrounding Latin inscription identifies her royal title in the traditional style of British coinage. This portrait is admired for its elegance and simplicity and remains one of the most iconic depictions of the young queen. Turning to the reverse or tail side, the coin displays a familiar seated figure Britannia holding a trident and shield while gazing towards the sea. This timeless design symbolizes Britain's maritime strength, national resilience, and proud heritage. The date, 1957, appears beneath Britannia, completing a reverse design that has become one of the most recognizable in British numismatic history. The 1957 British halfpenny was struck in bronze and has an official weight of approximately 5.67 grams with a diameter of 25.5 millimeters. It features a plain edge and a rich bronze appearance that gives a distinctive character. These official specifications help collectors identify genuine examples and appreciate the high standards of craftsmanship maintained by the Royal Mint during the mid-20th century. Even coins that have circulated for many decades often retain much of their original structure, making them enjoyable pieces to study and collect. Although the 1957 halfpenny is not considered a scarce issue because of its substantial production, examples in collectible condition continue to enjoy steady interest among enthusiasts. A coin described as being in old condition will usually display obvious softened details and natural aging, yet it still represents a genuine historical artifact from Britain's pre-decimal era. Many collectors actively seek these coins because they are affordable, historically significant, and ideal for completing collections of Queen Elizabeth II bronze coinage. Their connection with everyday life during the 1950s adds further charm and historical value. When discussing today's collector market, it is important to separate genuine market values from exaggerated stories sometimes found online. A standard 1957 British halfpenny in old circulated condition generally has only a modest collector value, while brilliant uncirculated examples, proof issues, or recognized minting varieties can achieve significantly higher prices depending on their rarity and professional grading. Ordinary circulated examples are not normally worth thousands of dollars, despite sensational claims suggesting otherwise. The strongest prices are generally realized only by exceptionally well-preserved coins or unusual varieties that have been authenticated by respected grading organizations. If you own a 1957 halfpenny, careful preservation is essential to maintain its collector appeal. Never clean or polish the coin, as this can permanently damage its original surface and reduce its desirability among collectors. Store in a protective holder. Keep it in a cool and dry environment and handle it only by the edges whenever possible. If your coin appears unusually sharp or displays an interesting minting characteristic, it may be worthwhile to seek an opinion from a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Proper care ensures that this historic coin will remain an attractive part of any collection for many years to come. As we conclude today's video, the 1957 British half penny stands as a lasting reminder of Britain's rich monetary heritage and the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's remarkable reign. Its classic design, historical importance, and enduring popularity continue to make a favorite among collectors of British pre-decimal coinage. Whether you are just beginning your collecting journey or expanding a long-established collection, the 1957 half penny remains a fascinating coin with a story worth preserving. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy discovering the history, genuine collector values, and remarkable stories behind classic British coins, be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment and join us again for another exciting adventure into the world of numismatics. The 1940 British half penny in old condition. Although this coin has clearly witnessed decades of circulation and carries the marks of its long journey through history, it remains an important piece of Britain's numismatic heritage. If you have discovered a 1940 halfpenny in an inherited collection, an old coin tin, or among family keepsakes, you may be curious about its background, its design, and its place in today's collector market. Let us explore everything that makes this historic coin such an interesting collectible. The 1940 halfpenny was struck during the reign of King George VI at one of the most significant periods in British history. Britain was in the early years of the Second World War, and coins like this passed through the hands of millions of people during a time of great national challenge. The halfpenny was an essential part of everyday life, used for small purchases across towns and villages throughout the United Kingdom. Despite the difficult wartime conditions, production of bronze coinage continued to ensure that the country's economy functioned smoothly. Millions of 1940 halfpennies were minted, allowing them to circulate widely for many years before eventually becoming treasured historical collectibles. The obverse, or head side, features a left-facing portrait of King George VI, designed by the distinguished sculptor Thomas Humphrey Paget. Around the portrait is a traditional Latin inscription identifying the king and his royal title, giving the coin a dignified appearance that reflects the style of British coinage during the mid-20th century. Turning to the reverse, or tail side, the coin displays the familiar seated figure of Britannia, holding a trident and shield while facing the sea. This timeless design had appeared on British bronze coins for generations and symbolizes Britain's maritime strength, resilience, and national pride. The date 1940 appears beneath Britannia, making the coin instantly recognizable with collectors. The 1940 British halfpenny was struck in bronze and has an official weight of approximately 5.67 grams with a diameter of 25.5 millimeters. Its plain edge, rich bronze color, and comfortable size make it one of the most recognizable coins of Britain's pre-decimal currency. These official specifications continue to assist collectors in identifying genuine examples and understanding the craftsmanship of wartime British coinage. Even after more than 80 years, many surviving coins still retain much of their original structure despite obvious signs of age and circulation. Although the 1940 halfpenny is not regarded as one of the rarest British bronze coins because of its substantial mintage, examples preserved in collectible condition continue to attract steady interest. A coin described as being in old condition will usually display noticeable wear, softened design details, and natural aging, yet it still represents an authentic survivor from one of the most important periods in modern British history. Many collectors enjoy owning coins from the wartime years because they provide a direct connection with the past and tell the story of everyday life during a remarkable era. Demand remains consistent among enthusiasts building complete collections of King George VI coinage, or British bronze pennies and halfpennies. When discussing today's collector market, it is important to distinguish genuine values from exaggerated claims often seen on the internet. A standard 1940 British halfpenny in old circulated condition generally has only a modest collector value, while exceptionally well-preserved uncirculated examples or rare varieties may achieve significantly higher prices depending on grading and demand. Ordinary circulated coins are not normally worth thousands of dollars. despite sensational stories suggesting otherwise. The highest prices are generally reserved for coins with outstanding preservation, recognized minting errors, or exceptionally scarce varieties that have been professionally authenticated. If you own a 1940 halfpenny, preserving its original condition is one of the best ways to maintain its collector appeal. Never clean or polish the surface, as this may permanently reduce its desirability among collectors. Store the coin in a protective holder. Keep it in a dry environment, and handle it carefully by the edges whenever possible. If you believe your coin displays an unusual minting characteristic or remains in exceptionally sharp condition, it may be worthwhile to seek advice from a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Proper care ensures that this historic piece can continue to be appreciated for generations to come. As we conclude today's video, the 1940 British halfpenny reminds us that every old coin carries a unique story from the past. More than 8 decades after it was minted, it continues to represent Britain's wartime history, traditional craftsmanship, and enduring numismatic heritage. Whether you collect historic coins for their historical significance, artistic beauty, or simple enjoyment, the 1940 halfpenny remains a rewarding addition to any collection.